Well, hey there, everybody. It's been some time that we haven't quite checked in on our four, that we had some misadventures last week, and then got a little bit of what Ruby and Ivy were up to in these dark hills. But now we're ready to begin our new story, number 7, Blood and Covenant. I want to thank everyone for joining us in these tales of family finding each other in the darkness that eats and devours hope. So, hope you're all ready. Time to have fun and buy fire.
Love you, Fire. Bye.
So, now, we're back in Avery County, 1921. The last year had been, well, rough would be kind, inaccurate. Might as well be a lie for what Ruby, Basil, Ivy, and Charlie had gone through. Ivy had learned about her family. Mom, dead and gone. Father kept in a prison and made the hard choice to sacrifice others to save him, burning him with pressure. Never quite could look at her the same after that. Because he saw her talk, bargain to the dark things. Even acted like him. The green had been his way, as well as his love. But Ivy, her eyes weren't right anymore. Then, when she'd returned from her field trip out, she was burned. Now, her father was learned in many things that could treat such a thing, but never could get those gone. Couldn't even make them go down, almost like they were always fresh. Others said how unfortunate, and oh, she must have gotten something real bad, her, and she was so promising, but he was taught what scars like those mean to where those really are coming from the truth, why they wouldn't heal. Not that he'd say anything about that. And of course, there was Ruby. Her past being drugged up, going from place to place, all in an attempt to trying to keep her past away, only to find it inevitably getting closer. That's not the only thing that got closer, as her and Charlie had done as well. And even the bright hope of love was shadowed by the darkness. You see these hills and this land. It'll let you get together. It'll let you know peace. Not without getting its roots dug deep in. So much so that even something like love, the threads of each individual are entwined with the root of this place, so that to separate from it will rip those two apart and take pieces with it. For Charlie himself, getting control and learning more about his gift, the one he had bargained so earnestly with. He knew there was a price to be paid, that he'd be paying it. It's something he still owes to good old Jack or J.T. Fields or the myriad of names he might go by. He started to learn that weren't it. No. It was almost like the type of tax the damn government gives on something. Is what these hills seem to give old Charlie. Like he had to keep paying for it over and over. Learning about who had it before Jack, who seemed to have been left behind. Seemed. And then Basil, always ready to help and give her comment and keep things rather light and flat out deny most things that she sees. Can't be real. These people are strange. They got nothing to do with me. I'm just helping. And again, these hills can be good to hide in. Twilight turns to pitch black in the shadow. But you start moving and bringing too much light around. Who knows? People might just see you. Now, for the time being, they had returned to Avery County, drinking in its spring water, letting the land feed them once more, getting their connections. Even as Ivy stepped back, she felt the thing that lurks below welcome her. Walk with her again. Now, Ruby and Charlie had put together a ride home for the girls in which they took from the matchstick factory. Tried to take care of, tried to begin to care for. And today they were just finishing up their chores and having the type of conversations on this warming day that brings courage to address elephants in the room, even if they had a rattlesnake underneath the foot. So, Ruby and Charlie, how do we find you today?
That is a good question.
So this is then a while after the incident of the last session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, sorry, I need to sort of know what has Ruby and Ivy told Charlie?
I think Ruby would have given, at the very least, that that they checked out this property and there was some sort of creature, and in order to get rid of it they had to make a sacrifice. She might be a little bit more she might not have gone into full detail, but she would have given the basics.
Okay.
I don't know what Ivy would have told Basil and Charlie.
Okay. So, going from that, I think Charlie would have listened to it and probably checked both their hands, make sure. I don't know how they had bandaged them up, but would want to make sure that they've done that. What needed to be done was done to make sure that, there's no infection, there's no whatnot. And I think he would not have said much on the subject. Past checking that the house would be okay now for the girls to be in. And I think he would have, in the interim, he would have gone a bit quiet. Again, probably at different intervals, sort of just staring at the house, doing what he needed to do, clean the bramble, things like that. But I think he would have been a little bit in his head. So that's, I think, where he's at as they're sort of cleaning things up here and getting it ready.
Yeah.
So
I think what would be, if we kind of went into here where like this has been on your mind and been pushing your heart a bit and you just haven't really said much, and finally like it's at least that type of thing is brimming to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like you'd start?
Yeah. Is he... Sorry, I'm thought about where he would be in his head. I'm trying to think about how to get into this. I think that he would... I think as they're finishing up, Ruby been... No, we'll just do this. I think he kind of lets out a sigh. And he puts down the rake or whatever it is that he's been working on. And he sort of turns to Ruby. I don't know what she's doing, if she's just... I don't know if she's been avoiding him at all.
I don't think she's been avoiding him, but she obviously feels guilty about something.
Okay.
Yeah, she
So-
obviously feels guilty about something.
So I think he sort of turns to her. He kind of puts his hands on his hips. Sort of sighs. Says, Ruby? Ruby?
Yeah.
And he holds out his hand. And he just says, Show it to me again.
Her hand she's very obviously hiding her hand. This is a huge thing for her to be marred in such a way. And she hesitates, and then she just looks away and just holds out her hand.
He takes it and just sort of holds it very gently and looking at it. And I think he's noticing what this is sort of the turmoil that she might be under. And so he takes it and he gently lifts it up to his lips and he kisses her hand until, and waits for her to look him in the eyes.
She does, but they're very misty. They're very she's got tears brimming. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Ruby. I'm sorry I wasn't here. I'm
No.
sorry I wasn't here to help.
No. I don't think there was anything you could have done to help.
Well, you certainly didn't have to be necessarily the one to lose a finger.
About that.
What is it you're not telling me, Ruby? What have you left out?
Well, why don't we go get some tea, and I'll tell you over some tea.
I'm good right here.
She rubs her face with her other hand. She's like, okay. There were two other ways to get rid of this thing. The first way, which was the way that he told us, was that I would have had to cut off my pointer finger and throw it out the door, and it would have released him into the world.
All right, I take it you didn't do that, obviously.
No. Well, the other way was to offer him my hand in marriage, so to speak. And that would have put us in a contract.
hand.
Well, that would have cost me my ring finger. And he would have been free to hunt here as well, but there would have been stipulations. But I wanted to get him gone, get him out of the, get him away from everybody here, get him out of the county. So instead, I kind of tricked him. I tricked him by pretty much telling him that I would offer him my ring finger. But I mean, obviously, I didn't do that. I cut off my middle finger to send him back to where he came from.
Charlie here listens to all this, and he kind of dips his head, and his shoulders drop a little bit. You hear him exhale.
Are you mad at me?
You almost think you see his shoulders tremble a bit.
Are you okay? I'm sorry. It was the only thing I could think of.
He stays there a moment. He looks up at her. And Ruby has probably never seen this look on his face before. She realizes he's trying to hold in a laugh.
You're an ass. You know that. I was so worried you're going to be mad at me.
I'm not making fun, Ruby. I'm not.
She pulls her hand from him and crosses her arms.
He very gently takes his hand, sort of tries to put some on her elbows or on her arms, and says, I just didn't realize I had such competition for your affections. a competition from bloodthirsty, murderous haints. I mean, if you've got a type, Ruby, I don't know what that says about
Charlie!
me.
She kind of hits him in the shoulder. No! You're, you know what? You can make your own dinner tonight.
He does not let go of her. He sort of pulls her in. You do seem to attract a lot of attention from these things. Maybe that shouldn't be surprising.
Maybe I should just go all frumpy. I should gain weight, let my hair grow out.
I don't think you could do that if you wanted to.
I could either. That just wouldn't feel right.
I mean, it's not surprising, Ruby. And he pulls her in and he sort of puts his head next to hers and just whispers in her ear, you are, after all, very beautiful. And he just gives her a light peck on the side of her neck.
And you are so sweet.
I thought I was an ass.
Well, that too.
Well,
I guess you could be both.
I've been called worse.
Mm-hmm. I made Ivy promise not to say a word.
You don't. I don't want you to have to worry about that sort of thing with me. to think that you got to keep stuff like that from me. All right?
Okay.
We both, you were there, Ruby. You saw what I promised, and I was not clever enough to do what you did and turn that promise around. I'm stuck with it. So, you think I got any leg to stand on to hold that against you?
Well, I don't hold that against you either. She pulls him down for a quick kiss. Now I gotta go get started on dinner. You be good. Don't be laughing at me like that. That's not fair.
All right. All right.
She gives him a look.
He smiles and winks at her.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she's leaving, he thinks to himself, why is Ivan missing her finger?
All right. And as you begin getting the last few things together, we join Basil and Ivy. Take a long walk. It takes a good about 45 minutes to get to the place kind of by the water, way anyone used to even want to live until the house was freed of the influence and made to be open once more. Dark won the rumors, and the two have had some time to talk. On the way, how do we find you two?
One more time, explain to me how you both lost the same finger.
Like I told you, there was a ghost. He said his name was King Richard. He was a dick, so we gave him the finger.
Half the problem is I know literature, so half of that is true.
You just don't know which half.
No, you gave somebody the finger. That bit's
Oh, so-
obvious.
Also, here's your maps back of the mines.
Why did you take my map to the mines?
Don't worry about it, because you asked too many questions.
No, now I'm worried.
I was
Have you
taking.
not known me long enough to know I overthink everything and worry about all y'all?
I was taking some of the children on a field trip down to the mines, teaching them about things. It's okay.
You know, it's really hard to tell if you're lying to me now because only one of your eyes moves. Do you think Charlie's gonna need a prosthetic? Should I put this man on retainer?
Yeah. I know I might need more.
Charlie's gonna lose. Should we start a betting pool?
I think, I'm guessing his ear.
That's a good bet. I'm thinking like he's gonna lose like a couple toes. That way he's off failing.
Yeah. Or who knows, maybe he'll give his other middle finger and then him and Ruby can go like, she kind of does like the whole the thing like she doesn't have two middle fingers. They can be connected.
You know that game where you go, look at this is the church, this is the steeple, open the doors, look at all the people. We're missing some people.
Yes, we are.
Also, I'm not cutting my middle finger off. I don't need to match y'all that much.
You say that now.
People already talk about us. I'm not doing it.
It's a cult.
I like my fingers just where they are. Besides, you know how hard it would be to light dynamite missing that finger?
Don't remind me. I forgot I'm not allowed to touch that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch that anymore.
Yep, there's definitely none sitting up at the mines.
God damn it. know, we have a rule. You blow up one building, all right. Blow up 2 buildings, you're done.
That's only in this county.
I don't think it matters which county it's in. I think once you've blown up 2 buildings, you lose the privilege of the dynamite.
Well, one of them just burnt down and blew it up.
Well, I mean, if you burn it down to ashes and you blow it up to ashes, is it really a difference?
Yes, one has a giant explosion, and one just goes quietly into the night.
She did not go quietly in the night. Do you know how much lead we put into that woman?
No,
What?
she didn't. Hey, I think that's the house.
Oh, yep. Oh, look, they're all smooching up on the porch.
Of course they are. Surprise you? Now the real bet is, how long do you think there's a baby in the oven?
You know, the two of you got to learn to keep your voices down if you're
No,
going
we
to talk
don't.
about either explosions
I'm
or
going
family
1
planning.
month after the wedding.
We're not there. Oh my.
Hey, at least I'm giving you to the wedding.
You know what?
My
I
mom
mean-
and pa weren't married when they had me.
And see how such an upstanding citizen she has become? She's only burnt down 2 buildings.
Ivy, I have to ask, did you fake propose to the ghost as well?
Shit.
You mean
Wait
King
a minute,
Richard?
there's a proposal?
What did
Ruby
Ivy?
Ruby just slaps Charlie in the shoulder again and like stomps inside.
Now,
I
I
said
thought you
you-
were an old-fashioned girl.
You mean King Richard?
Was that his name? I didn't hear that part.
Yep. Nope. I
No,
just gave him the
Charlie
finger.
wasn't. Never mind.
Gotcha.
I'll lend you a book later, Charlie.
It's
Is
called The Resident.
King
That
Richard's
was
a better
name.
name.
That's what he called himself, anyways.
Well, that was a bad name, and he had bad publicity. Just saying, if you're going to market yourself, come up with something a little more scary.
Oh, yeah. You're not wrong. Basil, you gonna help me make dinner tonight?
Fine. You learned how to figure out how to work that finger yet?
I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm. You get used to it.
You see, she's not even wearing it.
God damn it. Why do we spend money on things?
It's so hard to put on by myself.
I'm sure if you batted your eyes, Charlie would help.
Look what I could do, Basil. And Ivy takes hers, and you see it shoot off and hit a tree.
You know what? I'm going to put that man on retainer.
Can I get mine sharpened? All right,
I
dynamite.
No!
Dynamite.
Charlie, help me out. Talk to the child.
Charlie, she's your problem right now.
Okay. Charlie will Charlie will wait for if Basil and Ruby are going to go in and start making the meal. Charlie
I
will.
swear to God, if you make dumplings, I'm losing.
We're not making dumplings. Look, open your eyes.
Girl. At least I got 2 eyes. No offense, Ivy.
How are you doing, Ivy?
I'm doing good. Teaching
Okay.
children. How are you, Charlie?
I'll sort of sit down and look at her and feeling like I'm not doing a very good job looking after you.
You gotta look after me. You gotta look after Ruby.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do my best to look after all of you, but
I'm an adult Charlie. I can look after myself. Thank you.
Sorry, say that again. I couldn't hear it.
I'm an adult, Charlie. I have to look after myself. Thank you. But you gotta worry about all those other girls now that Ruby brought back. You're the only man really going to be around the house for them.
I don't really need to be reminded of that. Yeah, we'll do that too. But, Avi, you helped me all those years ago when I had no idea what was going on. And I've been trying to help pay you back. Try to...
Charlie, that's the thing you haven't gotten yet. You don't pay things back, you pay things forward. That's what I was taught from my grandma and my dad. It's nice to pay things back, but if you pay things forward and show people kindness, that means it gets to spread. Paying things back just brings it back and forth. So maybe you could pay things forward.
I'm trying.
You're doing more than trying, Charlie. I mean, when I met you, you're a lost man wandering, singing some sad songs, getting a couple coins here and there. Now look at you. You got a beautiful girl. You're settling down in a town. Actually, you're not wandering anymore. You got friends and family. What more could you ask for?
Trying to keep it all safe. But, Avi, you and I both know how hard that is.
Ivy kind of gets closer to you and takes your hand. She kind of like slowly rubs it and goes, Charlie, you don't have to worry about keeping the town safe. Just worry about keeping your family safe. I have my underlings. They're learning. I'll keep the town safe.
I have no doubt. But this just comes back to what I told you at the beginning. Because adult or not, you're part of my family now. And I haven't been doing a very good job of keeping you safe.
I have a wild streak in me, Charlie.
No. I know. I guess I would just...
Don't tell the others, but I don't feel like that wild streak's going out anytime soon. I know Basil really worries about me.
How about you and me? How about, when he gets a sort of a slight grin on his face, how about you and me make a friendly, familial pact of our own?
What kind of pact?
Well, I've said before, you're one of the smartest people I know, and you're right. I think one of the best things I can do is try to pay it forward. And I'm going to keep trying to do that. And in return, I just want you to try to remember something from me.
All right.
You got a family around you that'll stick by you. You don't got to do none of this alone. Just want you to remember that.
So does that mean like I should probably share things with y'all a little more?
Just like I should be paying it forward a little more.
I've been exploring the minds of the children. We've gone a little more deeper than we probably should. That's not going to come to bite us, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe just keep us up to date on what it is. If you're start on turning over stones, I'm not going to tell you how to teach your coven. That's the right word, right? I want to make sure I'm getting that right.
Yes. I mean,
I'm not going to
I like
interfere.
to call them the children of the green.
Children of the green. Yeah. Just, I'm not going to tell you how to how to teach them, but keep us informed, as it were, in case something does come out of that we can help you, just like you help us.
I will definitely let you know if one of them end up awakening something. They promised they wouldn't go there as long as I'm not with them, so it's fine. They're children, like, I believe them.
Charlie momentarily gets a slight twitch in his left eye, but he just sort of pats that down. All right.
Charlie.
Thank you, Avi, for everything.
She gives you a hug.
Absolutely hugs her back. All right, let's go see what it is other than dumplings they're making.
Talk about you is what they're making.
Basil,
I'm
you're
not that
burning
interested.
the meat.
Well, last time, that's not how you make fried chicken.
How do you make fried chicken? I've been making fried chicken since I was like 5.
Then what? Coated.
Do what?
You gotta put the bread on it. Well, you dip it in the egg, you put the bread on it. Then you fry it.
The chicken's burning, Basil.
God damn it!
I've been trying to tell you.
You know what? I'm done.
Dinner's almost ready.
I don't think that we're talking about me, Avi. At least I hope that wasn't weird. Code
They definitely
talking
were.
about me. No.
Now, why would we talk about you and get distracted and burn the chicken? We wouldn't do that.
No way.
I have no idea. I'm not that interesting.
Charlie, you got a little bit of lipstick over in the corner. You might want to check that out.
I'll get to it when I get to it.
You're not that interesting at all.
Ruby kind of smirks. And there's probably more arguing between Basil and Ruby. That's what they love to do most, is argue.
All right. And so, family dinner is made, and the girls have been working the store. And you all began to go up. Why don't you, remind us, tell us more about the little store that y'all sorry, got going.
We made a restaurant,
Yeah,
The
we have
restaurant.
not a store.
Right, the farm to table restaurant.
Yeah.
Called
And we-
Charlie. And it's got Charlie's dumplings.
Yeah, got Charlie's dumplings. He taught the girls how to make them himself.
We made him do it.
Yeah, we did. And we do all the farming here on the land. All the vegetables and everything, and all the meat come from some of the other girls. Some of the girls work at the restaurant, and some of the girls just farm the land here.
Yeah. It's whichever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And so they're all coming in. Some having closed down the restaurant after the dinner crowd. Those who knew they could get dinner went ahead and did so. The people of the town. The last train is gone, so no more be coming in. It's locked up and safe. And one by one, from the fields or the carts, they begin filtering in, washing themselves for dinner, smiling, some rolling their eyes at Charlie and Ruby.
Ones that rolled their eyes, I've 100% introduced to the church women.
I believe Charlie desperately tries to be on his best behavior around the girls, which is exactly why Ruby teases him the most during that time.
100% she does.
That's hilarious. What type of things do you say to Charlie there?
Oh, sweetie, can you can you grab that thing up there on that top shelf for me? I'm just way too short for that.
Yes, Miss Ruby.
Thank you, honey. She just gives him all sorts of different pet names. Sometimes, like, a lot of the times, like, all of the pet names are, like, food related.
Aw, see your dumpling tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Dumpling. Thank you, Sugar Cake.
And Charlie thinks to himself, and she wonders why I took the opportunity to laugh at her.
Valid.
Amazing. And they all do laugh, and it's just a time of good company and everything. Now our crew's late. And even for the early darkness, there seems to be one that is later. And as dinner wraps up, she still has not come.
Who's missing?
You know her. You'd always go by Jezzy.
Jazzy. Where's Jazzy? Has anybody seen Jazzy?
I'll look, and it's the girls who had been making a few deliveries said she was right behind us.
She was right behind you. Where?
We were coming. We'd all met up. The two. We know your rules, Miss Ruby. We always stay together, two at all times. And we had come in, and Maribel and Jezzy had come, and the four of us began walking back.
Where did you guys meet up?
It's near Town Hall.
Near Town Hall.
And that's the last time any of you remember seeing her?
They look confused. I guess so. I thought we all walked back together.
Bianca. Where's Bianca? She can actually talk to me.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yes.
We need to find Jezzy. Can you get the others together and check the route from between here and Town Hall?
I will garner the serfs, and we will do such a thing for you. Of course.
Barf.
Thank you, Bianca.
Of course. Ruby.
I love her.
As she starts walking, you can understand her. She goes, as she is yelling, I call all ye to shine the bright ruby star. We must obey her. We must give her what she needs to find the lost stones that belong to the gem. She runs out.
Charlie looks at, because Ruby talks with this fog. I'm assuming no one else can understand the fog.
No one else can understand the
So
fog.
Charlie just looks at Ruby, the way that Ruby like smiles afterwards. He goes, "What does that fox say to you, Ruby?"
I don't want to know.
She's just super sweet. She's just super sweet, and she just boosts my ego so much. We'll just leave it at that. How about that? Okay, so the foxes, Bianca and all the other foxes, they're going to check. They're going to check the route and surrounding areas for any sign of her. Maybe we should start heading that way, see if we can see anything ourselves. You girls stay here, keep an eye out for her. Keep an eye out for anything. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll check him out.
All right. I gotta go grab the shotgun.
She was way too excited to grab that.
Oh, nobody hurts my girls.
All right. So you get a shotgun, and everyone begins coming what has come to be referred to as battle stations. Grabbing a mixture of the few firearms you have because they're expensive, and tools, as well as looking out on the porch, and of course hanging mementos, what mostly they call them for people who ask. Things that are meant to keep other stuff at bay. At the same time, those of you who can see some of even the spirits go close to the windows. Those that have hung around want to know what happened to the charges they have. The particular one has not yet returned. And they wait.
I think that if I can add this, I think Charlie would have gotten, I don't know, the best thing would be either some sort of whistle, or maybe for slightly more subtlety, a rather loud bird call that the girls could use when we're all away to alert if something does happen back at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A few calls, like some whistles.
Yeah.
Things. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Maybe even just train a few of them to make certain calls or whistles.
Makes sense. So after that, some of that training, all right. So so you hear some of that, some of the kind of this coded language a little bit. Sounds like in one another. I like that. So you begin walking. So as you get up on the porch, you don't get more than a few feet off before you see Jazzy. At least From her silhouette in the light of the lamps, you see her feminine form walking, almost like stumbling, catching her balance, as though the weight of her is too heavy on her legs and made her weak, and she just has enough to catch herself once more before falling over and over, nearly stumbling forward. Strange like. You can see her feet are swollen up to her calf, as though she has been walking on ankles sprained for far too long.
Ruby is going to call out to her, and she's going to do calm stranger on her to see if she can get her to like stop, maybe see if we can get her in a good mind space so she doesn't freak out if as we get to her and as we approach her.
All right, what's that look like then?
Jazzy. I that's right? I didn't
Jesse.
forget. Yeah, Jazzy. Sweetheart, where have you been? Please. Oh, okay, sit down. You're hurt.
Your words ring out and hit her. And there's a moment she looks as the flickering light reflects off of her. The glazed look in her eyes, open mouth agape, shifts to one of recognition, happiness, and pain. She falls down, her knees hitting hard against the ground. Boom.
Ruby is still calming her, runs up to her as she takes stock of her. Jesse, go ahead.
I just say, while this is happening, Charlie is absolutely listening very carefully and watching. He's trying to figure out if Jesse's alone. And probably keeping pace with Ruby if she lurches ahead.
Intelligence challenge.
Okay. So, trained in perception. So, and you know what? We'll put an effort into this. So, actually, you know what? Let's do it since I can do this now. We'll put 2 effort into this.
Okay.
So 2 effort with 2 edge, is that
3?
How much? That's 3. Cool. I will do that. That is a 9.
All right. You gaze out to the darkness, insects buzzing, animals awakening. Hear the sounds of mating and the things you can pick up different when you're from here. All the different activities. The calls of some things hunting, some things looking for mates, other things you just think talking. But nothing, no presence of anything that should not be there can you detect. And coming forward. I guess before that, Ruby, what you were asking her what happened?
Yeah, she's taking stock, making sure she's not like bleeding anywhere. And she's at, what happened? Where'd you go?
She looks again. I don't. I can tell she is confused. Looks up and there's a smell that comes off her breath, deep, fragrant, dried.
Did you drink something? Eat something?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. I think I started. She seems confused, and I did drink something.
Where'd you get it? Do you remember where you got it?
She is more pain as she tries to put weight on her feet.
No, don't. Let's sit. Let's just sit you right down right here. We'll get you back. We'll get you into the house. So you don't have to walk. Okay?
I don't. But I just the smell. And as you do this, you hear Bianca's voice. Hi, mistress.
Bianca.
We've put on her trail, but it goes cold in the winter. But we found, and you see, one fox comes in and drops a mesh bag at your feet.
Thank you. She'll pick it up and she'll give it a slight sniff.
It smells of tea.
Tea.
But in a sense mixed with things, other herbs, stuff you don't recognize, some of it pungent and earthy, a little floral. And give me an intellect challenge.
Oh no.
Intellect defense, actually.
Intellect defense. I am now trained in intellect defense.
Woo-wee.
Woo! Go me. And since Charlie is right here, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that free whatchamacallit.
Asset.
Yeah, asset. Yeah. Oh.
Reroll with an XP, remember?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We got 3 in chat. It looks like.
Use this for the flow.
Yeah. I rolled a 4, so it's really. I mean, all it's just. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll roll a 1. Oh, that's a 12.
Okay. And remind me what you're trying. Okay, yeah.
I
So,
sniffed
so
the
yeah. Everything gets blurry for a moment. You kind of feel it empowered. Like, the feeling, it's almost as if for a moment you can feel your body getting weak or loose, and it almost falls for a second. While at the same time, your sight is hazy and black, and for a brief moment, you can see your body falling from the outside. Before your senses recoiling at the unnatural of this is not right, you are not ready to go, even as you look around, and there's an ever darkness above, almost trying to suck you in, a black door that you recoil into your body. And it all is peaceful once more.
Well, she definitely dropped her concentration on Calm Stranger. And she looks almost scared as she's staring up where she saw that door.
Ruby, what happened? You okay?
Okay, this is not good stuff. Jesse, Charlie, can you carry her?
Should be able to. I don't know how big Jesse is, but I'm assuming I can. Yeah.
Jesse, do you mind if Charlie helps you?
Yes, fine.
Okay. All right, get her. I'm right behind you. Okay. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, friend. You go have fun, Bianca.
The mistress has declared a day of festivities and celebration. Gather what rabbit she may.
I love how proper she is. She's gonna try and rush Charlie back in with Jesse, and then rush Basil and Ivy and as well. And she still has a hold of this tea bag, and she is keeping it as far away from people as she possibly can. No, you're fine. Okay, guys. Okay. Girls, can you help Jessie? She hurt herself something fierce. She's gonna be out of commission for a bit.
Yeah. Come on, Jessie. As they lift her up, she's heavy, and you can see even as they move her, it's weak. Things aren't quite right. She's still calm, having been brought out, though the pain is messing with her. Weight, but in all the wrong places. Over and over. Walking oddly, the back and ribs becoming unaligned.
Oh man.
Charlie will will look to Ivy. Ivy, any you heard or seen anything like this before?
Nope.
Right. What is it? What happened when you sniffed that bag, Ruby?
It was so weird. It was like I got my body felt lighter, but I was looking at myself, looking at my body, and then I saw like a black door. It was I don't. It was bad. It was bad, Charlie. Like no, like we need to do something with this. Like we can't let anybody get hold of this. She drank this tea. It, we should have a tin somewhere. Find me a tin.
Charlie will attempt to find a tin or a jar or something that they can put it in that will be airtight.
All right. Easy enough. There's things to preserve and keep. And, place it in carefully.
Don't breathe it in.
I'm not.
Do we know do we know anybody who makes tea around here? Ivy, Basil?
No? I mean, I don't think so.
Ivy?
Do I know anybody in the community?
That makes tea.
Yes.
Mm, I mean, all types of people will dry things for tea. It's not like it's kind of a common practice. Though the tea bag is unusual.
Can I see it, Ruby? I mean,
It's in the jar, and the jar is clear, so yes, you can see it.
Just don't.
does the tea bag clear?
What does a tea bag look
Uh,
like?
Could I see through the tea bag?
Not so much clear. You can see it's more like shapes and that type of thing. It's not a clear mesh.
So is this an odd shape? Is this a certain shape that one person uses in the town, or have we never seen this shape
See that
before?
it was hand sewn.
That's, Hey, Basil, you're in town a lot more often than any of us are. Have you seen anybody weird come through?
I live with you people. Weird is a whole new definition.
Okay, has anybody new come through?
Has anybody new come through? Do I need to make a check?
Well, of town, people come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that stayed a while, talked to the girls a little too
We were in a restaurant, Ruby. People come through. They get off the train, they eat, then they get back on the train, and then they go bye-bye.
Okay,
I
did
have an
somebody
idea.
overstay? Yeah, what?
I could try reading Jazzy's mind and see if her thoughts make a little more sense.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna go over to her, sit with her, and then just dive into her mind. And I can read the surface thoughts, or at least, and then spend for at least a minute reading, and she can't really help me down. So I'll keep on trying to reference the situation, not to upset her, but just to see if she brings back anything that maybe she doesn't say, but she thinks about.
Okay, so you kind of put that in. See. You get into it. Is there points for that? Or
There's 2 intellect points. I have 2 edge and intellect.
okay.
Would you like me to spend anything else and make a roll for this?
I would say just give me an intellect challenge.
Have fun, Matt. You know it was coming when you asked me for one.
Was it natural one?
Damn it,
Oh yeah.
Josh!
I bought a dice tower, and I put it in the dice tower. The dice tower said natural one.
I'm gonna be honest. I could give you an experience to roll it, but if this means I don't have to deal with my arc, we ain't doing it. Yeah, we're doing natural one.
You dive deep. And you feel wood beneath you. You're sitting at a table. The table is of a dark wood. And though the table itself is in sharp focus, you can see the lines of the wood over and over. And the table is so large in its roundness that it is an ancient tree that must have been felled for this. And while it is clearly in focus, the objects upon it are blurry, growing more and more out of focus. Their lines and colors mixing with the air and background. Oddly, as if they're leaving. Beyond the table, you can see a form. It's enough to understand that there is a head, some color upon it, 2 colors. Looks something like a person. Only it might be pretending to be, or maybe it once was, or you're not sure. But a voice comes out of it. Well, I'll just be hit with a wet noodle. Didn't expect anyone to find or follow me.
I get into places I shouldn't. Are you like the head of the table? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Sorry, that was funny.
Well, I have to say, I must congratulate you. After all, those who do well should receive what's coming to them. That was your praise. And now it's time for what's sticking your nose where it don't belong gets you.
Tea party.
As the whiff of herbs and things mixed carefully and purposefully hit your nostrils, or at least what you believe are. I need an intellect defense roll.
Okay, here's a different dice.
And don't forget the asset that Charlie gives us on the daily.
I know, and I will use it on this one. That is going to be, and I'll spend some effort. Spend one, so
One effort.
so I rolled an 11.
Okay.
I'm using Charlie's thing, and I spend an effort.
Okay. Perfect. Let's hit you. Everything begins to spin faster and faster until it's a myriad of colors, almost like the dawn and twilight mixed and then thrown into something that shouldn't be and is not right, go in the wrong directions. You just hear a voice. Well, can't be helped at this distance, I guess. The swirling colors remain. The memory of them. But what you saw is gone. This is the voice. You think you found something, but you can't remember what. And then it's odd. How'd you get up here? Why? As you look out the window and you see night, the last thing you remember was the sun dawning and you getting up that day. How is it that you put your feet from the bed onto the floor this morning and now find yourself laid out sitting at night in a dark room? Having lost her memory of the entire day. What's Ivy do?
Where am I?
Abby?
What? Why are you in my room? Wait,
Well, you're not. What?
I'm in my pajamas. What? Where am
Are you okay?
No. Yes.
Abby, you're not at home. You went up
Should
here
be.
to. No? No?
Woke up. Down here.
Oh.
Oops. What's the last thing you remember, Ivy?
Waking up, putting my feet on the ground.
What day is it?
Tuesday.
I'm assuming that she's giving the correct day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It looks like she may have.
You guys let me get into my dad's alcohol.
No.
No? Like, you were supposed to. You said
Your
that
dad
you
has alcohol?
What?
Uh,
were. Abby, come here. Come here, sweetie. Come on. Let's go sit you down in the kitchen. She needs to rest. Jessie needs to rest. Come on.
Ivy looks at the girl and she's like literally standing over. Goes, oh, okay. Good night. Sorry, I don't know what I. Bye.
Okay, you're scaring me, Ivy. Like, you came up as they get down to the kitchen. Like, you went up there to go see if you could, like, get some thoughts on her, see if you could figure out if she could, like, was subconsciously remembering stuff.
Did I do that? Did it work?
Apparently not, if you don't remember going up there to do that.
I don't remember doing it. I don't remember
You
how I got here.
You don't remember anything except for waking up, apparently.
Yeah. What did I do today?
You were with Basil most of the day. I have no clue.
You told me all your secrets, and I wrote them down in a book in my room.
Good to know. Let's find a book.
I just want to see if she'll clean my room.
So I went up into the room and tried to read her head, and now I can't remember anything.
Okay, so apparently that didn't work.
Well, hold on. Let's give Ivis some more context. Jezza didn't come home this evening with the rest of the girls. We went looking for her, and she's not fully cognizant or with us either, and she's been moving funny. And the only thing we think is that she potentially drank some tea. Bianca found it. We think it's an old tea bag. We don't quite know what it does. It almost put the whammy on Ruby as well.
Can I look at the herbs in the tea and try to identify them? I am
Absolutely.
trained in plant identification.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold your breath.
Yeah,
Basil.
you gotta hold your breath.
Don't sniff. Don't do nothing.
Basil's gonna go get one of the clothespins, put it right on her nose. Let's go. What do you want me to roll?
Me intellect challenge.
Okay, so I'm trained. And I'm gonna use my asset. That's how I'm gonna roll. 14.
You begin pushing through. You see some things. Valerian root, chamomile, lemon balm, Damiana leaves, hibiscus, and a little bit of lavender.
Alright, some of those sound like tea ingredients, some of them do not.
Some of them are.
What would I know about those?
Looking through
One of my books
the two main
I have a
ones,
book on vegetation.
the Valerian and chamomile.
Yeah.
Chamomile flowers soothe and promote relaxation, while Valerian calms and relaxes inhibitions. Lemon balm, can promote openness. And Damiana, well, makes you think everything's just fine.
How do I put this in a way that makes sense?
Does Basil tell us all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically like she alcohol tea?
That's so whatever it is, it does all that, but we also know it seems to mess with memory because
Well,
Jezza don't remember drinking it or
Yeah,
how
but
she
if you-
got.
Like, I'm gonna use the alcohol reference kind of thing. You drink enough alcohol, you ain't gonna remember either.
Right, but if
So the combination is alarming. But even with that combination, there's got to be something about the combination that's making her body all weird.
That's
I'm
cool that
just
she figured out why she don't remember. How come I don't remember anything though? I didn't drink it.
Well, maybe you. I don't know.
I just read her mind.
Right, but
hmm.
look, I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm going out on a limb here saying, like, maybe it was something that was in her mind that made you forget.
Oh, maybe she saw something. Ooh, maybe we should all drink it and see what we see. Like a
I'm
No,
not
spirit.
drinking that.
good.
No,
I'm
we're not.
good.
I'm not drinking that.
Hold on. I'm just thinking that maybe we're asking the wrong question. Like, it's probably eventually will be good to figure out how exactly this tea did what it did.
Mhm.
I'm more interested in why it happened to her.
Yeah, I'm more
Who gave
interested.
it to her?
Yeah.
Because the other what all that ingredients made me think, Basil. That's a great way to get information out of somebody and have them not remember it.
Oh, you're not wrong.
So I
Well,
think
what
we should focus on figuring out who it is
And
that
why?
gave this to Jesse.
what information they want?
I don't know, Basil. I mean,
It could be anything, really. Um. Well, I mean, it's getting late. Maybe we could talk to some of the other girls that know her that know her better than we do, and see if they can give us any insights about her past.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's probably our best bet.
yeah, I don't know if it's her past. I would expect that they'd just grab her and go.
Yeah, see, it kind of seems targeted.
You think maybe they grabbed her for somebody else, or maybe it?
I mean, if you're going to try to get information on somebody, you're not going to go straight to the source. That's too obvious.
I mean, we're keeping the girls in the house pretty protected from even the town to an extent.
That's
Right.
true.
So to pick someone off, it has to do it. Well, frankly, someone in this house right now.
Or it could be the house itself.
Could
I
be.
thought you saw that with your middle fingers.
No, I meant like to get at everybody. You got to know the ins and outs of everything that happens in the house, right?
Good point.
She only chased off her unwanted suitor.
You know what, Charlie?
He smiles at her.
Uh-huh.
But I know, I just think that we need to maybe figure out who put the whammy on her.
Yeah.
If you find out who, then we find out why.
Yep.
It's true.
Still might be worth talking to some of the other girls. Maybe they know
Yeah.
if there's anyone in a shop in town. Maybe Jesse was a tea drinker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on one second here. We really should keep some of this tea if we ever need to get information out of somebody.
I mean, if you feel like
I've
you
been
can
people too long.
reproduce it and reproduce the effects, you go right on and do
Well,
that.
you know, I'm gonna try now.
I know you're going to try. Please don't try on me.
Oh, I would never.
You are such a terrible liar.
Oh, honey, who says I haven't already experimented on you?
I'm too tired for this. I'm going to go bed. We need to. We'll. I think tomorrow should be a day off for the girls, and we should look more into what's happening. everything's situated that way.
If the girls are up for it, I'd like to do have them take turns keeping watch over Jesse overnight.
Oh yeah.
Let us know if anything happens.
Yeah.
They can use the signals. They can signal me.
Can I think of any kind of plants that might counteract some of these?
It'd be intellect challenge. This would be having more to do with magic.
Well, fuck, can I help someone figure it out? I don't know jack shit about magic.
That is all Ivy.
Abby, if I tell you plants that might help, can you figure out how to un-magic-y this thing?
I could try. I can't. I suck at creating things. I could maybe tell you what you would need.
All right, with both of our brain cells, the two of them that are still firing, do you think we can figure this out? We might as well try, right? What do we got to lose? Maybe I'll lose a day. Nothing good happened today anyway.
So is this understanding magic?
Yeah, I don't understand nothing about magic.
Yeah, it would be understanding magic.
And I'm helping.
All right. I'll let you can add an asset.
Alrighty. That's a 16.
You rolled a 16?
Yep.
All right. You think what might work? There's a few things that might be all right. Mugwort's elderflower. Maybe some rosemary if you could find it. But this isn't just normal. You can tell there's something else here. Needs to be somehow fortified for whatever type of darkness has been put on young Jesse. You think back to your mama's books that you would try to read when she wasn't looking. You think it might be Moonstone. Moonstone tears, specifically. A gemstone that is said as seen the light of the moon so many times over the course of centuries that its powers have gone into it. The moon being the key for telling all types of time. The moon what keeps our sense of order to the whole, throughout our whole life. It's how we know the days and months. And that sense of order is in its rare tears. You have to find such a thing. And whatever thing might be guarding it. And with that, we're in there for tonight. All right. Everyone watching, thanks so much for joining on the beginning of Blood and Covenant. And we will see you all next week. Bye-bye, family.
I hate you.
Not family.
Not family.